Yes, yes, yes. We're back at it again. The third installment of the Fast Chronicles. Now, the thing that is interesting about this fast is that it's put the schedule right out of whack. So, normally my fasting day is a Sunday. It starts on the Saturday evening and finishes on the Sunday evening. However, this coming Sunday, I am going to be in Manchester, England for work. And because I'll be working on the Sunday, it would be counterproductive for me to fast on that day. And I was looking through the rest of my schedule for this week, thinking when would be a good time to do a fast. And I decided that I've got Wednesday free. Let's do the fast Wednesday. And I'm filming this on the Tuesday night, just after completing my fast while I was travelling home from France last weekend. So it's a bit of a crazy time. A part of me is thinking, why the hell am I jumping into this again? But then I need to commit. If I tell you guys that I'm doing a fast every week, if it's possible, then I am doing one every week. So if that means I only get a few days break and then I do it again, then so be it. But what this will mean is that I get longer than a week off until I do the next one, just because of the timing between this fast and the previous one. You know, this is actually quite an enjoyable thing for me to do. I enjoy filming my fasting days because it gives part of my week a focus where not only am I getting rest because I'm fasting, but also by creating the content, it's motivating me to put myself out there a lot more. But I'm happy that I'm documenting my experiences. Firstly, because it is giving me a focus each week. Secondly, because I am spreading the word to my friends, to my family, and to others about what I'm doing with these fasts. And you never know, maybe others are going to get inspired by it. Maybe they will see what I'm doing and see how it can benefit them, and then they'll start and do it themselves. Now, one thing that I have learned is that there are so many different ways to fast, and that it's up to you to define the meaning for yourself. Obviously, you get these tea fasts and juice fasts and all sorts of other fasts. It's just that I decided to do a water fast, which leads me into the question, what do I get out of doing these regular fasts? Now, there are a few key things that have piqued my interest. Obviously, I want to see how much healing can be done in my body by doing this regular fasting. You know, as a b-boy, the proper name for a male breakdancer, I have experienced a bit of pain in my time. You know, sore wrists and inflamed knees, sore shoulders, like, you know, you bang your body up by doing this dance. And one thing that I want to see is, how does fasting help me in my recovery? How does fasting help my recovery process? You know, obviously rest and recovery is an important part of any athletic endeavour, and I'm curious to see how fasting plays its part in that. But the second thing that's piqued my interest is, how does fasting affect my physical performance? How does fasting affect my athleticism? How does it affect my dance abilities? Because almost every major article online or YouTube video that you see about fasting, you know, very informative, but they talk about fasting within the context of reversing bad health patterns, which is a noble thing to do. It's definitely needed, and I often refer to those videos when my friends ask about fasting and whatnot. But you hardly see a study or some sort of project that talks about how fasting affects your athleticism. But what about extended fasting for 1 day, 3 day, 7 day fasts? How does that affect your athleticism? Is it in a positive way or is it in a negative way? And by doing this fast on a regular basis, I'm hoping to get closer to the answer. I think that's about it for now. I am now maybe almost 2 hours deep into this fast. Hopefully you get something different out of this in comparison to my previous episodes. You know, it would be cool to have a different topic per episode, because sometimes if you put out the same thing over and over and over again, then it gets a bit stale. So hopefully I can present to you something fresh during this fast. And I'm hoping with the focus on my athleticism and on my dance abilities, we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to achieve that. So stick around and I'll see you guys later. Yes, we have just approached the 19th hour of this fast, so I've got 5 hours left until I can refeed. Right now I feel okay. I feel alright. I think the more that I do these 24-hour fasts, the more acclimated I'll be to certain feelings, and it makes it easier to adjust as well. So at the moment I feel alright. And you know, one thing that I might as well let you guys know, one thing I do get scared of when I do these fasts is muscle atrophy. You see, as a b-boy, a breakdancer, I take all this time to build myself up, to work out, and to get myself in a specific physical shape. And then when I fast, it's easy for all that hard work to be reversed, essentially. I know that muscle atrophy mostly takes place after the 48-hour mark, or sorry, after the 24-hour mark leading up to the 48-hour mark. So for these fasts, it shouldn't be that much of an issue, but I will say this, I have noticed a drop in my weight. I have noticed that since I've started these vlogs and since I've started fasting on a regular basis, I have noticed a drop in weight. I am actually the lightest that I've been in about 4 years, which is a surprise to me, but hey, that's just the way these things go. Because of this potential muscle atrophy that can happen, it does make me a bit more on edge when I do these fasts, but also that translates into my workouts as well. I feel like I need to work a bit harder just so that I can avoid losing much of this muscle, you know? But something interesting did happen to me actually. This happened to me yesterday. So I was at the gym and I had the inclination to do pull-ups. And I hadn't done pull-ups in a long time. And I think my record for pull-ups is about 10 in a row. And the reason why it's at about 10 is because when I dance, I'm always pushing against the floor. So pulling motions are tougher for me, naturally, just because of that discipline. So the most that I've done is maybe about 10. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's been a long time since I've done pull-ups. I am feeling lighter, but it's been a long while since I've done pull-ups. I wonder how I'll fare. And I did 10. I smashed out 10. And it's given me that boost of confidence, which is actually pretty crazy to think about. One of my predictions at the start of this vlog series was that my center of gravity would decrease in weight. And I do think in some way that's taking place already. I mean, maybe I'm just saying a whole load of nonsense about it, but I do feel that my center of gravity has decreased in weight, and I'm definitely noticing a difference. Now, going back to this whole fasting for athletic purposes topic, I am really curious to see where this goes. I am interested in how these fasts will affect my dancing capabilities and my physical strength and all of these different things. I mean,
to say that I am only fasting for dance reasons would be totally, it would be nonsense. Now, I have had to nurse an injured wrist as of late. I hurt it during a teaching session, and I also hurt it in a practice session as well. And you know, it's not a good feeling to know that you're not functioning at 100%, but the good thing about doing these fasts is that it speeds up the recovery. And I have noticed since the start of this series, my wrist has improved in its strength. It's feeling a lot better, it's been recovering a lot faster. So I can put some weight on it, but just not all of my weight. And I think one thing that I'm curious to find out is how fasting helps athletes, dancers, people that are extremely physical. How fasting helps them in their rest and recovery and in their rehabilitation. I mean, you hardly hear of fasting being recommended as a way for somebody to heal and rest. Yet this is something that is heavily pushed to people that are suffering from various health issues. So the longer this vlog goes on, I'll be closer to those answers. As I said at the start of this vlog, I'll be closer to finding out whether or not fasting does help with your athleticism or not. But yeah, don't let the sun deceive you guys. It's absolutely Baltic here, and I don't know why I'm outside, but I guess it's good for the fresh air and to see the nature. So I'll probably hang out here for a little bit after I'm done with this. But hey, I'm gonna carry on with the rest of my day, and I'll catch up with you guys when I refeed.
Alright. It is that time again, guys, where I get to drink this. Now, what's been interesting about this fast is how I've been able to cope with the time difference from the last fast and this one. I think that's been one of the challenges for this fast, and I think I've dealt with it well. I think as long as you have your basic principles in place for fasting, where you rest, you relax, you give yourself very little pressures, then it gets easier to deal with these changes. Obviously fasting is still difficult, you know, even when you keep doing them all the time. Like, it's still an uncomfortable feeling to fast. Like, it doesn't really get any better, but it doesn't really get much worse either. Like, that's one of my personal opinions. The fact that I can do this over and over and over again means it's not really going to get any worse than it already has done. But then the uncomfortable feelings are still going to be there all the time. So I guess in a way I am quite proud of myself for managing... Oh, my phone just went off. What does that mean? It's the end of the fast. Hell yeah, I get to drink this now. So I am proud of myself for successfully completing a fast within 2 to 3 days of the last one. It's something that I did for the very first time. This is the first time that I've done that. Would I do it again? If I can avoid it, then I will. But if it needs to be done, then I'll do it. But now, it's time to enjoy this. So, here's to your health. Okay. One thing is for sure, that's always going to taste amazing. Perhaps I should start making my own smoothies from home. I do have a blender, a smoothie maker here. So perhaps I should start doing that instead of always buying this, but hey, always does the job. So guys, thank you so much for checking this vlog out. I hope it's been informative. I hope you've gotten something out of it. Please like and leave a comment. Please like this video and leave a comment. I do want to hear your thoughts on this. Also guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please do so, because I am going to be putting out more content over the next while, that is for sure. Whether it's a vlog of my lifestyle as a dancer, or whether it's a vlog for fasting, you're always going to see something. So do subscribe if you haven't already done so, and share this video with others that can benefit from it, or others that are interested in fasting or might want to get into fasting. And especially because the topic today was about fasting for athletic purposes, it's something different than what you normally hear, so it might provide some insight. So do share this video should you see it fit, should you know people that will want to watch this. And until next time, guys, see you later.